Hey guys, Zanzibarzi here with another Mindustry Hex Wars matchup. This time we have Tree again as an opponent. And we're going to explore some new early game techniques, think about how to get our units out quick as possible. Decided I want to do power this way if possible. You know, if you don't have to move cores, then it really is ideal to kickstart your power with the solar panels on your original base. So we'll go for that. Build the power first, a couple of jogs, and then delete the base after we've got that started. Get the jogs out as soon as possible so we never run out of copper and lead. But I'm still wondering how many jogs to make right away. I used to just make as many as I could for the power, but now that I have enough power to make extras, I don't want to waste all my copper and lead on jogs right away. So I think that around 12 is a good starting point. That's how many I made this match. And we're going to go for a bunch of graphite, as we've been experimenting with. Nice big patches of coal in here. And Tree started right north of us, but he went ahead and moved, which is nice that I didn't have to move. Got a little time bonus there. Hopefully that works out. But yeah, nice rich patch of coal. Unfortunately, we blocked off one of those drills in the middle, but you can't win them all, right? Should still be a very healthy amount of graphite to start with. Too much time typing as well. But yeah, graphite, then some titanium, but make sure you can access all your titanium. And sealed off with another drill there. Make sure that doesn't happen. Don't have enough titanium to finish that belt also, so started off regular, we'll upgrade it in a moment. And this, looking back at it now, is a mistake as well. I shouldn't have placed the second power so soon, because I need that silicon for some laser drills and some other drills. I really don't need much power right now. So that's one thing to learn. Even if you can do something, maybe it's not the right thing to do right at the beginning. So I think these couple seconds here at the beginning are pretty important, very important. When you're facing off against someone with the same skill level or better skill level, you gotta definitely maximize those moments. Tree's got his own problems though over there. He's surrounded by enemies right off the bat. But yeah, here where I would usually be going for silicon right now, I'm going to go for one extra belt of graphite first. Then we'll turn our attention to silicon. Which, you know, now that we made that early second power, which kind of slowed a few things down, but it's going to be handy at this point when we're going for some more power-hungry things. In fact, we're going to go for a fourth line of graphite. Well, those early graphites aren't full belt by any means, so now we're going for silicon. And now I've done a bit of homework on exactly how many drills I need for it. So I need 4 water-cooled, 2 non-water-cooled coal drills, and then 8 water-cooled sand drills to fill up 4 silicon factories for this. So we can go with a decentralized setup here. Notice not all the coal's connected, so that's going to be a problem if I don't correct that. And okay, missed it. So that silicon won't be perfect there. But immediately more graphite. Just can't get enough of it. Wasn't sure exactly how many water extractors I needed there, so might have been able to get away with 2. But just went for 3 anyways. Power's okay, it's not fantastic right now, but kind of annoying that I had to cover up this coal patch with power. And now I think it's silicon that we're out of. Yep, saw that just for a moment. Silicon's at 0. That's not going to finish at all. I should have added more titanium first, because I haven't actually built any lines of titanium coming in yet. And I haven't connected the other graphite that I set up. So I made a couple of mistakes in this game. Less than perfectly efficient silicon up there in the north. Graphite not even finished down in this hex. But we'll set up a new graphite. Again with the decentralized approach. The problem with this is that it takes time to perfect. You know, to consider how many drills exactly you need. So that's just about enough. It will be a little bit low, but we'll almost get there on that silicon. Still haven't hooked up that graphite. Could really use that. Because that is what's slowing us down here. Well, lack of silicon really is the problem at the moment. And these are precious seconds that we are missing. So we need another one, and I'm not using the air blast yet, only because we're so low on silicon at the moment, and I've got the space. Decided to go around the coal. It's not that important. Those 3x3 coal patches, looks like we have a lot of coal in that hex, but they're not super useful if I can't fit my drills on properly. And I'm not gonna have power for all these trucks, but we'll have enough power once they complete, and maybe we have enough stored to finish them off. So first we'll add more power if we get it right. But I wasn't able to go for a more advanced power structure here, so it's kind of not the most efficient thing either. It's not that bad though. Still never hooked up that second graphite with the laser drills here. Would have come in handy. And we need a couple of daggers out here just to clear some of the hexes around us. We've got one tree starting hex that just has to be eliminated, and you know, there's some people next to us that we could do without. And that's a very efficient little nice dagger rushing thing. It's all calculated out, so I think it's 14 dagger factories to one of those four silicon factories. So that's probably enough graphite. I mean, enough coal for a new graphite press there with the 2 pneumatic drills and the laser. Again, not calculated out perfectly, but close enough, hopefully. But I forgot the water extractor on this graphite, and I forgot to connect the line, so could be a problem. But at least we have plastic already, so we can get in the trident nice and early here. Only 5 hexes in, and we've already got the trident, so extra build speed. That's going to be very helpful. Should have checked that that's not going yet. Needs water extractor, not just power, also water. But, alas. Someone's been building here already, but we're gonna outpace them a bit here. Oh, they're already just deleted their base, so fair enough. We'll get in a new titanium belt and some power. Very useful from that hex there. And we'll add in some extra daggers. Probably should have been building a large silicon production, a double silly, would have been nice in this moment. So, slight misstep, but I realized that the daggers I made earlier haven't gone and cleared out this hex that Tree owned in the beginning. So I need something to do that. And more daggers is always welcome, They're going to be handy still, kind of, in the late game if we can mass them up enough. Get some more titanium. So actually, no, I misspoke just a moment ago. The daggers did take out Tree's starting hex here. But yeah, we'll get the line of titanium and the line of graphite in here. Although that was another major oversight here, so I forgot to connect that line of graphite that I just built. We have the hex now, but no conveyor out of there, so that would have been nice. Things to work on, for sure. Double checking that everything's connected. This was like after 4 or 5 games in a row, so it was a little bit of mental exhaustion perhaps at this point, and I'm trying to think of what I can possibly do to beat Tree here. We're matching pretty close on hexes now, 9, 8, and he has had to deal with a couple of neighbors. I dealt with some, I guess, as well, but no one was fighting back, so pretty easy. Now I've figured out this one needs a water extractor, so at least I correct that mistake. But I'm missing a belt and a half of graphite this whole game that I forget to connect. And I still haven't made a large new silicon structure, so that's a shortcoming, an oversight, having forgotten that. We're experimenting with some new automatic unit factories. Well, this one's not new, I made this a long time ago, but I very rarely use it. It makes schools and wraiths, and self-production here. Just add a belt of titanium in to make it work. And we'll go for some fences. I see the people between Tree and I have been cleared out now, so those daggers are going to come to us next. They're pumping out of his base. And we'll group up here and try to send in a nice solid wave over to Trees. Hopefully that'll do some damage. I see See, he's got a lot of daggers going to the north. Thankfully, not attacking me just yet. Okay. Wanted to build a base there, but I see he's already coming in with some lancers, so let's just back up a hex. I don't like to try to fight over a contested hex like that. Even if you win the hex, it's still kind of just a mess to clean up. It takes more time than just back up a hex and build iron defenses further back. But then again, if you're going for defenses, try to go ambitious with them, and then if it's contested, then back up. At least you've made your opponent spend the time to come over and clean up. That's going to slow them down from doing something that would be more aggressive. Although, then again, that alerted them to the threat. So now we're finally building a large silicon structure, and we're getting in our metaglass, because notice I can't finish this double silly until I got a little trickle of metaglass in to finish off the liquid junctions and things, liquid bridges. So let's get that going, and that was a nice bit of queuing up structure, so my trident's never not busy, and that was, see, I waited too long to release them. I've been holding those guys together for a while. But let's try to sneak him around. I know Tree's got a fort in the north, but he doesn't have one down here just yet. And if we can sneak him around, I think he's got 2 arc defenses, which honestly might be enough to take out this small force I have. He went after that command center pretty quick, and I think destroyed it. Yeah, he destroyed it. They got through, but I don't think they're going to do too much damage. There's some chat about my videos. Nice to see that they're big enough already. People in the game notice them, so that's fun. If you want to be in a video, just be on the AA server. Probably pop up. I'm recording most of the games I play. I don't make videos out of most of them, but they're at least in my recording. So we're going to try what we've tried before, command centers, moving our units around, but one issue is we don't have enough units yet. We don't have enough silicon connected yet, because we were so delayed on building some of this big silicon infrastructure. Now we've got power, now we've got at least 2 of the double silicon, so we've got 4 continuous lines of silicon and a couple of half lines or smaller lines coming in. We'll try to grab this hex, shouldn't be a problem. Just some lancers there to take out our command center, which are already disconnected from power. That's a really nice thing about wraiths and mixing in air units. You always kind of want to have a mix of ground and air, because so many people use arcs and lancers as defense. If you just spam out daggers, that you mix in some wraiths, then they'll disable the power. They often go after power structures pretty frequently, power lines and things, and they can't be attacked by arcs or lancers. They can't be targeted by arcs and lancers. I think that lancers can still damage air units if they're firing. Tree's already expanded quite a lot, and has some pretty dense structures. A lot of fortresses, a lot of forts, not fortresses yet. We're going to add another line of graphite. Still lamenting the fact that I have another of these that's just not even hooked up right now. I don't think I ever went back and hooked it up, so couple of oversights in this game. Now we're going to get some serious silicon production though. We'll have at this point close to maybe 8 or so lines. And now we can really kickstart unit production. We've still only got pretty weak units. We don't have fortresses or revenants just yet. So tree has cleared out all of the other opponents besides me at this point. Alright, well, and there's one guy to the north of me. Could be other people who pop in. You know. We'll get a couple defenses set up. I know there's a guy, there's a gold guy above us. Yeah, I'm ignoring him completely though. Just focusing on tree over here. Trees, as soon as I build the command center, he's immediately there. So he's definitely looking out for that these days. And we're doing a little bit of BBB. I just back off after a moment or two though. We'll rally a bit lower. Should have rallied behind that fort anyways. And there my CC gets destroyed, so then the units just go of their own accord. Whoop, get them to rally. Should have maybe let them go in there. I think they were doing okay on that fort. So that might have been a mistake. But that's one problem without being able to see all of the map all the time. I want to go for an end around here. So, because I see tree has fort coverage along the border with me, but it doesn't yet in the north. So we'll try to go up and around here. This is the whole process of maneuvering that was so effective in earlier times. I've tried it. I need to strengthen my forts a bit too. Oh, and that command center got taken out, so that's a problem as well. Really need to layer up the command centers so that they aren't taken out so quick. Okay, now we're gonna just, we're moving them around the hex. But yeah, we'll come right over here. Hopefully the hunt's gonna get taken out super fast too. But at least we've got tree distracted so that all he's doing is taking out our command centers. That's annoying. They're splitting up, they're going north. That was a wasted attack. So yeah, he says darn CCs, but it's actually been very successful at shutting them all down. But it's a bit of wasted resources with all those lancers, and definitely wasted, well, not wasted, but took up tree's time with that. And took some pressure off the front lines. I remember when I started, I didn't know what command centers did or how they were very useful or anything. Now I realize, well, they're really the only way to control your units, so they're vital for any type of tactics. If you're not just gonna spam your units in constantly, then you're gonna need command centers. Yeah, now it's really just basic 1v1. I mean, K-Scripty's up there, but he keeps telling us he doesn't even make units, so yeah. If you're not going to make units, definitely not a threat. And I don't have time to deal with them. Just going to focus on tree. Whoever takes, whether tree or I take each other out, then the last one remaining can deal with K-Scripty. He's got some fortresses, so it's just not worth our time to go up and deal with that. I've got a decent bank now. That silicon's finally paying off. And now we're deep into the mid game. Well, now we're just really starting to attack each other. I've had some small attacks happen, but nothing too much yet. Problem for me is I need to upgrade all my forts to something stronger. I still only have my kind of basic early, I mean, they're not super early game because I need plastic in order to build these cyclones, so they're early mid-game forts. But I haven't perfected the upgrades on them yet. You'll see in a minute. I do go around and, okay, right here. Yeah, gonna upgrade them. This is a new version of this fortress, or fort. It's so annoying that there's a unit called Fortress when I'm talking about forts all the time. Should really maybe come up with a different name for that just so it doesn't get confused, but anyway. We got this level 2. I think it needs more menders. I've got versions with more menders. Actually, Tree made me a version of this fortress when we were in Sandbox, so that is a bit nice in this one, but it's a bit bigger. Takes a bit more time to put it down. I haven't practiced with it too much, and you know, don't want to use the forts he made against him, I guess. So we'll go with this version that I set up for now. Adds a lot more cyclones, so a lot more firepower. We've got overdrivers, which are going to speed up the shooting of those cyclones. Hopefully I have enough metaglass. I haven't checked that in a while, so that could definitely be a problem. I also have just too many cyclone schemes in here. I can't find... I wanted to use one of the better ones that Tree had built for me, but I couldn't locate it in time, so I need to reorganize and clean those up. And at least get these cyclones firing. That's annoying. I needed a new wall there, and menders and everything. My forts needed to be upgraded earlier in this game. And once that's broken, that's really the turning point here. Once the front line is cracked, since I don't have 2 layers deep of forts, then it's going to be really hard to come back from that. Also the fact that, well, those titanium, they're just running on battery power, so that's not going to run super long. Oof, that's not good. Yeah, we're in a bad way here. Lost that hex, and now we've got a gaping hole in the front line. Just wasn't quick enough here on upgrading my fortress. I need to build, well, yeah, I need to focus more on, I think, one-sided forts. That's annoying. It's built in the lancers. I'm trying to delete everything in the base there so I can recapture it. It's a pain. Oh, you built like 3 lancers, and I thought, okay, now it's going to go away and do something else and I can win this, but I was mistaken. That's like 30 lancers. At least that core is going to get taken out immediately by a handful of units. But it's still a giant hole in my area. I won't be able to resecure that in all likelihood. But thankfully I left some spaces in my back base here to... Let's see, I've got 19k silicon, 23k titanium. So I needed to be putting out units earlier as well. That's another lesson to be learned from here. So number 1, check that all your resources are actually connected. 2, make sure you're not building up too much of a bank. 3, build stronger forts, for sure. And work a little bit on the sequence early game. I think really the main problem here is that the forts aren't strong enough. They're getting broken too quick. Just need to go around and upgrade them. I think I need to use something different than that Cyclone fort I've been using for a few weeks now. Yeah, that Cyclone fast save. It's nice and all. It started with like, oh, well, let's just build 4 cyclones on each corner. But yeah, I need something more directional. This little cyclone small defense has worked out very well for me. So I think an upgraded version of that is in order. That's the hex. It's been destroyed now. I don't realize those are trees arcs, so I was trying to cut the power and maybe try to make a play to take back that hex. And we'll try that over here. Oh, that was too close to those lancers. But I can build my own lancers here, and with the range advantage on the arcs, we'll at least be able to cut the power for a while. And maybe take out some of those lancers. Not all hope is lost until Tree's able to CC up and actually mass the units in order to destroy me. Looks like he's moving a little bit slow on that. He's starting to get some units back together. I don't notice I've got a command center right there I could have just used. But oh well. Yeah, this is another reason I need to reorganize my cyclone defense schemes so I can find the ones I actually use quicker. Another command center, just spice things up. I might have lost the other one, so... And I also at this point don't know which command centers are mine and which are trees, so... That is a problem too. We're trying to deal with some wraiths that have snuck into the base and are causing some havoc, but those scatters are obviously going to fall really fast to fortresses, and this is just some last ditch, get some arc defenses up, maybe we can hold on to this, make a game of it, fight to the end, you know. We do have, it's so annoying, they're splitting right here, because tree doesn't actually have that hex to the south, so for some reason they want to go all the way up to K-Scripty, and that's really inconvenient. We'll try to break this fort. It's not that strong right now, so if tree's not looking, I'm noticing where my units start to gather, then there's just a chance that we could break through that fortress, maybe squeeze into the eco behind, and have some surprise victory here. We are still pumping out quite a few units, because all my units are in the back, and tree hasn't yet, there's that graphite I never connected. There's no belt died, so no loss on that one really in the eco. We're still somehow doing okay on power. I guess we lost enough power using things that power hasn't died yet. And tree's taking a moment to gather up his forces once more for a final push, presumably. We're able to reclaim that hex, set up some temporary defenses. We can go north, try another end around here. And we actually want that power back during this brief lull in the fighting. But trees noticed up there. It takes so long for my units to walk across the map. And he's upgrading so fast. There's so many menders on that fort that he was making. It only has like 5-6 cyclones, but it already had like 30 menders, so yeah, they're not going to break through, I guess. I should have gone further up north for a better end around, where he didn't even have a fort, because there are some vulnerabilities up there still. If I can make it all the way up there, this tree would have noticed that, but he wouldn't have been able to build a fort quite so quickly if we'd gone, you know, 3 or 4 hexes further north and all the way around. But yeah, that was our last ditch play that got shut down by that fortress. We're going to try some other tactics though. We've got the power line running here. I still see that the north is vulnerable, so that's just what we're going to focus on. I know my base is getting completely wrecked here, but there's a chance, since he's definitely focused on wrecking my base, that we can pump out some units right up here. Since we're just using cores, really nice feature of the AA server, that you get a new core. I can set this guy up. I needed a little bit of defense here, and then I also needed, it needed its own power factory. If I had just built a new coal factory right there, you know, just to the left of that fortress stack, then that would have been hugely beneficial, or at least would have given this fort a chance, or this play. But yeah, his daggers are already streaming up there. Probably would have been smart to build a... Well, it would have taken too much time to build my own fort south of it and then the unit factories. But yeah, definitely going to try that tactic a bit more. We're working on some things, experimenting here. And it's distracting too. It means my main fort survives a little bit longer. We still have so many units pumping out. I had banked up a lot. Could have held those guys a little bit longer. Let them build up some more. Yeah, we can turn some things on. Since we still have the power, we still got this safe power back here. Still have 19k silicon. 27k titanium. But yeah, our units are dying fast. Of course, I don't need another command center there. There's just such a mess at this point in the game. I can't see where my command centers are. Forget where they are. That, fortunately, the dagger factory doesn't need the core, which is really nice. We'll squeeze out some more wraiths here. Rebuild this power, since we somehow held on to this core. I might be out of metaglass now, though, so I don't think that I've been able to set up a new metaglass factory yet. Okay, I'm aware of that, and it's almost like I'm the same person recording the video as the one making it, the one playing the game. So yeah, thinking of metaglass definitely needs to be... Yeah, see, I can't finish the power because I'm out of meta. And need to get that set up so it can actually fire. Okay, looking good there. Oh, that's not my CC. That is a problem. Let's take a page out of Tree's book and destroy it as quick as possible. Oh, and I get destroyed there. I think wraiths must have started pouring in, but I didn't notice. And yeah, I mean, we still have a lot of units pumping out, or at least able to make sure that those new cores that the tree's trying to pick up, he can never actually hang on to. Oh, that's a problem too. Some of my forts up here do last. Oh, that's his fort, not my fort. We go for that sneaky tactic again. This time, maybe we can power it up independently. The problem with this is I've already lost this hex. I should have tried this in a new hex. That would have been much more successful. Instead of having to just delete everything here. Yeah, it's too late. Just run off. Let him lance that to pieces. But yeah, you know, gotta try anything I can at this point in the game. Still haven't been finished off, really. My daggers get trapped in here. I don't know exactly how their movement works. They can walk over factories, but they can't walk over like junctions and routers and things like that. Because they can walk over conveyor belts as well. So I needed maybe a little outlet for them. And we need some more power. So yeah, all this distraction has been able to preserve my life a little bit longer in this game, make it more interesting, and let us try some new tactics that can be interesting if I maybe tried them sooner, or you know, a double attack would be nice. So if I build up a bunch of units in the south here maybe, and then fly way up to the north and start making unit factories while he's distracted working in the south, that could be successful. Definitely change things up. Get some more meta here, because I know that's gonna be... I realize there's there's no good access to the core here. I've got to go a long way around to get there. But yeah, I know that meta's going to be the first thing to run out of my scatters, since I know it was already low before. I'm still getting out quite a few units. Like I said, I got a nice bank. So that's a saving grace for sure. These factories have maintained. Yeah, the units keep coming. We had the bank, we were able to preserve enough cores. He's got to finish me off. Oh, look how many units we got right now. It's wow, but the problem is Tree's forts are too strong already. At this point in the game, I need a much bigger cluster of them. I need to mix in revenants here as well. That would be helpful. And also not split my units up. They're going to go to different hexes. That one in the south is just going to get annihilated. Yeah, we're down from 20k silly to 5k. The rest is going to be gone pretty fast. Silly was the problem here. Still have plenty of graphite, titanium. I think those belts stay connected longer. We lost our double silicon a little while ago. We can at least power this one up. We can make a couple more daggers before its inevitable death. And, you know, we're still cooking, so why not address what's missing here? But yeah, Tree has another big ball of units. New wave coming in soon. So many command centers built this game. I love to go back and count how many I made. It's got to be like 30 or so. 40. Heroic defense there, just at the end. Really getting my units to defend, but it's a double attack. We've lost that hex. Things might finally be over now. I think I said a bit that it was over a while ago. Really, once I lost the first fort and cut through into my eco, I was in grave danger. I needed some miraculous move around, which I tried a couple of different times. Just wasn't able to execute quite as well. And a couple of mistakes that slowed us down in the early game. They're all dying now. The factories, once the factories die, the units pop. So send them out before they all die. But yeah, GG. Tree's too quick, too nimble. He's looking around at everything, making sure that I'm not able to sneak anything past him now. But I think that was a good fight. I held on for a long time, 40 minutes. Pretty solid, and I don't really have an advantage in this game. Yeah, I've been having a tough day on the day I filmed this. Was a couple of days ago. Had some struggles against Benzini earlier. Just couldn't get everything together. Was making some mistakes. But it's stuff to learn from, you know. Benzini's apparently one of the only guys who can beat Tree, too, so something to note. We'll take a look at some other bases before the end of this video, because I feel like I don't get a chance to do that too often, so you can look around at what some of the gold guys are doing. Looks like the impressive thing about Xscript, these are all unique schemes, so I like that. They're not the most efficient, like those laser power controls. You can fit 5 steam generators around, and there's just some minor calculation things that Scripty could work on a little bit to make those schemes perfect, but I definitely appreciate the effort. Look at these chunky dagger schemes that Tree has. That was the game ender there, just more to spam it all out. Knows he's one there. He's building that in one of my hexes. Okay, these are the kind of forts that I should probably build. Those directional, heavily walled and mended forts. They can take a lot of punishment. So looking around Tree, he's using a lot of those semi-automatic dagger factories. Got some nice wraith chunks there. Some nice fortress chunks. Looks like that one's designed so you can put it in a pinwheel. Lots of power. He's got batteries. He's got plastic going down there. He's got these nice coal silicon lines. I set up an automatic dagger thing like that, but I just used a basic silicon and then connected it to 21 dagger factories, so much simpler design. Honestly achieves the same purpose, but it's definitely a power move if you design your own stuff. And it looks cool. I like his little arc corners. That's kind of like my arc spam, but I don't do it in a corner, and again, mine's simpler. So yeah, thanks guys. Talking about recording this video. Yeah, thanks for watching. I'm going to end it here. Feel free to like, subscribe. We'll have some more videos soon. Thanks. Bye.